A jaguar leisurely claims its throne, its jaws still locked firmly around it. The black caiman, too, sees itself as the ruler of the waters, surging forward like a steel-tipped arrow striking across its prey. The Andean bear cares nothing for crowns. It chooses instead to rake the earth and crush whatever it finds to satisfy its hunger. Brazil. 5 worlds converge in one stretch of South American land. The waves of the Atlantic Ocean race alongside the Amazon River, echoing the quickened breaths of countless... Before we venture deep into this journey across every inch of Brazil, leave us a comment and tell us how far you live from Brazil. And now, let's move on to... Brazil, survival across 5 worlds. Something is winding its way through the muddy river. It is not the ripple of water. A school of piranhas, proud of their razor-sharp teeth, confident they can keep themselves safe. But that is only when the Yacare caiman is asleep. The caiman is simply waiting for the perfect moment to open its jaws wide, ready for a satisfying meal today. Unfortunately, luck is not on its side. It is not that the piranhas escaped, but rather that the jaguar becomes the final contender. A single bite straight into the caiman's skull, and everything fades into darkness. In this land, every creature is familiar with the shadows and prepared for the closing chapter of life, whether it is the mighty jaguar or the tiny poison dart frog. The grasslands seem a little more peaceful. The Andean bear focuses on searching for wild fruits, sometimes insects, a diet that contrasts with its powerful build. The golden lion tamarin moves gracefully among the high branches of coastal forests, as if trying to forget a history marked by loss. Every creature here strives to live, but to survive in a place where nature offers the richest ecosystem also means enduring the deepest imprints it leaves behind. Hunger, lurking rivals, slippery swamps, or parched grasslands. What is truly the greatest fear in the wild world of Brazil? Among the animals just mentioned, which one impresses you the most, whether in appearance or survival skills? Share your thoughts in a comment if the nature of Brazil has touched your heart. At the heart of South America, Brazil is an immense land, covering about 8.5 million square kilometers, roughly the size of the 48 contiguous states of the United States. Brazil's borders stretch over 16,000 kilometers, touching most South American countries except for Chile and Ecuador. Its Atlantic coastline runs for 7,490 kilometers, embracing the giant river mouths of the Amazon River and the São Francisco River. According to data from the Food and Agriculture Organization, in 2025, more than 60% of the country's territory remains covered by original vegetation. In addition, this vast landmass connects a diverse range of transitional ecological regions, stretching from the equator all the way to the edges of the sub-Antarctic zone. Around 46,000 species of vascular plants grow here, with more than 19,000 found nowhere else in the world. The skies and waterways sustain nearly 1,950 bird species, about 250 of which are unique to Brazil. On land, there are 770 mammal species, with over 110 found only in this country. The warm, humid landscapes are also home to 830 species of reptiles, while its wetlands and rainforests shelter 1,080 species of amphibians. Amid this abundant natural tapestry, the Amazon emerges as the beating heart of Brazil. Located in northern Brazil, this rainforest covers about 60% of the country's territory, stretching over 3.5 million square kilometers. Its landscape is a labyrinth of rivers, wetlands, and dense forests, reaching all the way to the horizon. The Amazon River, together with its network of thousands of tributaries, forms the largest freshwater system on the planet. The forest floor is blanketed with a thick layer of leaves, while above, a nearly unbroken green canopy stretches overhead. Sunlight filters down to the ground only through narrow gaps between the leaves. The combination of vast vegetation and abundant water makes this place a natural regulator, helping maintain ecological balance not only for South America, but far beyond. Within the endless green tapestry of the Amazon, between damp layers of leaves and slivers of sunlight slipping through the canopy, the poison dart frog appears like a living gem. Each individual wears a brilliantly colored skin, a clear message to predators that within lies a toxin potent enough to make any foe hesitate. When threatened, they do not flee immediately, but are ready to move swiftly, making direct contact or brushing against a pursuer to pass on their toxin, turning their small bodies into living chemical defenses. Their survival story begins with their very form. Males are usually smaller and slimmer than females. The pads on their front toes are wider and heart-shaped. In contrast, females have round toe pads, nearly the same size as those on the hind feet, and a more arched back. These differences help males cling tightly to branches or leaves when guarding eggs. The rainy season brings countless temporary pools where females lay from 2 to 6 eggs. Males guard the eggs and keep them moist by carrying water from nearby leaves. When the tadpoles hatch, they are carried on the male's back to safe water pockets, sometimes in the whorls formed by bromeliad leaves. Research by the Instituto Nacional de Pesquisas da Amazônia in 2024 recorded stable poison dart frog densities in pristine areas, averaging 20 to 25 individuals per hectare. However, populations along forest edges have declined by up to 15% due to habitat loss. If the poison dart frog is the tiny jewel of the Amazon, then the green anaconda, scientifically named Eunectes murinus, is the giant shadow concealed beneath still waters. It is the heaviest snake in the world, capable of reaching lengths of 8 to 9 meters and weighing over 200 kilograms. Its scientific name, murinus, means of mice or related to mice, a reference to its habit of hunting rodents, rather than to any mouse-gray color as many might think. In this species, females surpass males in both size and strength. Masters of a semi-aquatic lifestyle, they are found in swamps, marshes, floodplains, and slow-moving streams or rivers. Their range stretches from dense tropical rainforests to seasonally flooded savannas in the Amazon and Orinoco basins. While their massive bodies may seem sluggish on land, in water, the green anaconda becomes remarkably swift and stealthy. Their hunting strategy is pure ambush. They lie hidden beneath murky waters, exposing only their nostrils and eyes. When prey comes close, a lightning-fast strike is followed by a powerful coil, cutting off blood flow and breath. The entire prey is then swallowed whole, a process that can sometimes take hours. The average density of green anacondas is between 1 and 3 individuals per hectare, with hunting ranges recorded at more than 10 kilometers along slow river corridors. However, populations near forest edges have declined by around 12% due to shrinking habitats and water pollution. If the green anaconda is the silent constrictor of the Amazon, then the black caiman is the warrior that rules the water's surface. This is the largest crocodilian in South America, with adults reaching lengths of 5 to 6 meters and weighing over 400 kilograms. Their jaws deliver a bite force of more than 16,000 newtons, strong enough to pierce a turtle's shell or the bones of large mammals. Their dark, almost black skin mirrors the night waters, allowing them to vanish from sight while stalking prey. Black caimans often remain hidden in calm stretches of river, where slow currents and riverside vegetation obscure visibility. When night falls, they slip from their resting spots, gliding silently along the water's surface. Their menu includes large fish, mammals, water birds, and even young jaguars. When the moment is right, a sudden lunge and an unyielding bite are followed by the infamous death roll, swiftly removing any chance for the prey to resist. They are versatile hunters, active both day and night, thanks to eyesight well adapted to low light. Their high-set eyes allow them to watch while their entire body remains submerged. Ears and nostrils can open and close with precision, enabling them to hold their breath for several minutes at a time. Their massive size does not hinder their finesse. A full-grown black caiman can move silently even in water only slightly deeper than its body. Adult black caimans have an average lifespan of 50 to 80 years. This longevity is due to their enormous size, near absence of predators apart from humans, and their adaptability to a variety of aquatic habitats. A slow metabolism that conserves energy, low-effort ambush hunting, and a strong immune system also contribute to their long life. Black caimans breed during the rainy season, with females building nests nearly 1 meter high to avoid flooding, laying 30 to 60 eggs per clutch. Incubation lasts about 42 to 90 days, depending on temperature and humidity. The survival rate for young under 1 year of age is only around 10%, with most falling prey to large fish, birds of prey, or even other caimans. Just beneath the murky waters where the black caiman reigns, another creature holds power in its own way, the electric eel. This giant knife fish with its long, slender body moves through the dark water like a flowing ribbon. It can unleash an electric burst of up to 600 volts, enough to subdue large fish, immobilize small mammals, or make a predator retreat instantly. Electric eels often hide among submerged tree roots or in still waters, waiting for prey to drift close. While hunting, they emit weak electrical pulses to navigate and detect movements in their surroundings. Once the target is located, a powerful surge of electricity is released, stunning the prey in an instant. This advantage allows them to capture even the fastest fish or elusive crustaceans with ease. Amid the dense layers of the Amazon rainforest, the cougar, also known as the puma, moves like a silent wanderer. They are not particularly common here, usually appearing in transitional zones between the Amazon and other ecosystems, such as dry forests or gently rolling hills. Their tawny brown coat blends seamlessly with sunlight filtering through the canopy, making them almost invisible to prey. Cougars live solitary lives. Each individual roams across a large territory, marking it with scent and tracks to warn others to keep away. They are masters of silence, stepping so lightly that the leaf litter beneath their paws remains undisturbed, sounds and vision well adapted to low light. Breeding can take place at any time of year. Females raise their young alone, leading them through diverse terrains to learn the skills of stalking, chasing, and bringing down prey. In the wild spaces where the Amazon meets dry forest and hill country, the cougar stands as a symbol of enduring adaptability, maintaining its role as a top predator where forest and land converge. Though not abundant, their presence adds a distinct stroke to the living portrait of the world's largest rainforest. High in the uppermost layer of the Amazon rainforest, the harpy eagle sweeps through the air like a colossal shadow. It is the apex bird of prey in the region, armed with talons up to 13 centimeters long, the size of those of a full-grown brown bear. Their grip is powerful enough to snap the wing bones of large birds or hold fast to a struggling monkey. The harpy eagle hunts with an ambush strategy. It waits concealed among dense foliage, watching from above. When the target appears, the dive is a flawless blend of speed and strength. Its prey often includes monkeys, sloths, and large tree-dwelling birds. With wings broad yet relatively short, it can weave easily through narrow gaps between branches. They build massive nests in the tallest trees, often more than 30 meters above the ground. From here, they have a wide vantage point and are safe from most natural threats. Breeding occurs roughly every 2 to 3 years, as harpy eagles invest a great deal of time in raising their young. The chicks are cared for over many months, learning to fly, navigate, and strike at prey. Turning southwest from the Amazon, the landscape opens into an entirely different realm. The Pantanal, the largest tropical wetland on the planet. Located in western Brazil, along the borders with Bolivia and Paraguay, the Pantanal spans about 140,000 square kilometers. Its terrain is a vast basin, formed over thousands of years by sediments carried from the rivers that flow into it. In the rainy season, the entire area transforms into an immense inland sea, mirroring the sky like a giant glass. In the dry season, the waters recede, revealing endless grasslands and wide stretches of exposed mudflats. A dense network of channels, lakes, and marshes remains interconnected, sustaining life throughout the year. The Pantanal stands as living proof of nature's remarkable ability to adapt to the extreme cycles of rising and falling waters. In the murky waters of the Pantanal, where the rainy season turns every field into an inland sea and the dry season reveals cracked, muddy banks, the piranha patrols in silence. This notorious carnivorous fish carries teeth as sharp as razors. Each triangular tooth interlocks perfectly with its opposite, creating a weapon that slices as cleanly as a surgeon's blade. They live in schools, a strategy that boosts both their hunting success and their protection in this demanding environment. When they sense the vibrations of a weakened or injured animal, the entire school surges forward. The strike is over in moments. Water churns violently as rapid bites tear the prey into pieces within minutes. It is a vivid image of the fierce rhythm of life beneath the Pantanal's surface. Piranhas do not hunt only when hungry. A 2024 study from the Universidade Federal de Mato Grosso found that sudden assaults can also be triggered by environmental changes. For example, when water levels drop or oxygen levels plunge during the dry season, food competition intensifies, turning even calm channels into battlegrounds. Their diet is surprisingly adaptable. Beyond fish flesh, they consume animal carcasses that fall into the water, seeds from riverside trees, and even insects floating at the surface. This flexibility allows piranhas to endure the harshest phases of the flood and drought cycle. When the waters of the Pantanal grow calm after the chaos stirred by a school of piranhas, another figure glides smoothly across the ripples. The giant otter. This is the largest otter species in the world, reaching body lengths of up to 1.8 meters, with a supple frame and a thick waterproof coat that serves as a soft yet resilient armor. Giant otters live in tightly bonded groups, usually from 4 to 10 individuals, operating like a well-trained hunting team. They communicate through a wide range of sounds, from sharp whistles to signal the presence of prey, to deep growls warning intruders to keep away. During a hunt, the group moves in a tight formation, herding fish into a confined space before darting in to seize them. With quick reflexes and strong diving ability, they capture fish with remarkable precision. The Pantanal's dry season causes lakes and channels to shrink, concentrating fish and creating ideal hunting conditions for giant otters. However, this environment also carries challenges. As water warms and oxygen levels drop, they must travel farther and coordinate more closely to conserve energy. Their Pantanal diet consists mainly of catfish and herbivorous fish, occasionally supplemented with crabs or young turtles. A giant otter can dive for more than 30 seconds in pursuit of prey, reaching swimming speeds of up to 14 kilometers per hour. They spend much of the day hunting and playing, while nights are spent resting in burrows dug along the banks, often stretching several meters in length and featuring multiple underwater entrances. Morning in the Pantanal begins with a thin veil of mist, the water reflecting a pale blue sky and the distant calls of waterbirds. Amid this seemingly peaceful scene, the true ruler has awakened. The jaguar, the largest cat in the Americas and the third largest in the world after the lion and the tiger, emerges from the edge of the mudflats, its muscular form mirrored in the still water. Here, in the world's largest wetland, it bears a title it deserves, the monarch of the Pantanal. The name jaguar is believed to come from the Tupi-Guarani words jaguar or jaguarete, meaning the predator that kills with a single leap, or a true fierce beast. That meaning is no exaggeration. A single strike from a jaguar often brings an immediate end for its prey, whether caiman, turtle, or large deer. At first glance, the jaguar's golden coat marked with rosettes may fool the unfamiliar into thinking of a leopard, but their habitats and habits are entirely different. The leopard is the tree-climbing hunter of Africa's savannas, while the jaguar is the master predator of South America's jungles and wetlands. The Pantanal, with its network of rivers, lakes, mudflats, and flooded grasslands, is the perfect stage for its skill. Pantanal jaguars are solitary. They rarely encounter others of their kind except during mating season or when a female is raising young. Each individual holds a wide territory, marked with tree scratches, scent from urine or scat. A male's territory may overlap with that of a female, but boundaries between males are strictly maintained. Square inch, the strongest in the entire cat family. That strength allows them to take down prey twice their own weight. Their menu is highly varied: large fish, hoofed mammals, water birds, reptiles, and even carrion when necessary. Unlike many cats, the jaguar has no fear of water. It swims powerfully, can dive short distances, and sometimes flicks its tail on the water's surface to lure fish closer. Footage from the Pantanal has captured jaguars swimming across wide rivers, then suddenly leaping ashore to drag a caiman into the water in a single motion. They hunt both day and night. In the open environment of the Pantanal, jaguars hunt more often by day than in the shadowed Amazon rainforest. At midday, when temperatures climb, they may soak for hours in cool waters, both to keep cool and to watch the riverbank. Breeding is not tied to a fixed season. After a pregnancy of 90 to 110 days, the female gives birth to 1 to 4 cubs. For the first weeks, she hides them in a secure den or dense thicket. Cubs are born blind and take many months before they can follow their mother on hunts. In their first 2 years, they learn to stalk, cling, pounce, and subdue prey through training sessions under her supervision. Reports from the Universidade Federal de Mato Grosso show that Pantanal jaguars shift their hunting grounds with the seasons. When waters rise, they focus along rivers and channels, where fish and mammals are trapped in narrow spaces. In the dry season, they roam farther into grasslands and dried mudflats to pursue hoofed game. Even as the Pantanal's apex predator, the jaguar faces challenges. Wildfires in 2024 burned more than 16% of the wetland. Some individuals were forced to retreat to riverbanks to escape the flames, hunting within smaller territories. Conflicts with humans still occur. In 2025, incidents of jaguars injuring ranch workers were reported in the Cerrado region. Experts attribute this to a decline in natural prey and the expansion of livestock into their habitat. Still, jaguars rarely consider humans as primary prey. The jaguar is the product of millions of years of evolution, perfectly adapted to thrive in wetlands, making the Pantanal an ideal domain for its existence. New satellite data from 2025 shows they travel an average of 10 to 15 kilometers per day, depending on the season and prey availability. When food is plentiful, they spend more time resting in the shade, feeding in hidden spots to avoid losing their catch to competitors. If the jaguar and the black caiman were to truly meet in a fight to the end, which would you bet on? Share the name if you already have your answer. When the jaguar slips beneath the water in search of prey, one shape it often has in its sights is the yakare caiman. Lying motionless on the mud flats like a piece of driftwood, beneath its rough-scaled hide is the body of a patient hunter, ready to launch into action when the moment arrives. With an average length of 2 to 3 meters and teeth as sharp as blades, the yakare caiman hunts fish, water birds, and occasionally small mammals bold enough to venture into the water. Its hunting technique relies on stillness. The yakare caiman usually remains almost completely submerged, exposing only its eyes and nostrils. When prey comes within range, its entire body bursts into motion, the strike powered by a formidable jaw snap. Its bite force can exceed 1,000 pounds per square inch, enough to grip and subdue large fish in the murky current. Yet despite being a predator, the yakare caiman is a crucial part of the jaguar's diet in the Pantanal. Its swimming ability and underwater strength are no match for the jaguar's ambush tactics and skull-piercing bite. Camera traps in 2025 captured multiple instances of jaguars silently swimming up from behind, then in an instant dragging a caiman to shore before it could react. The yakare caiman's life cycle is tied closely to the rhythms of the Pantanal. In the rainy season, they take advantage of expanded floodwaters to hunt in new areas. In the dry season, receding waters concentrate fish and birds into deep pools, a time when caimans feed most intensively. They breed at the end of the dry season, when sandbars and firmed mud are stable enough for nesting. The female guards the eggs from predators, and when they hatch, the young are led to the water, beginning their struggle for survival in a world full of both opportunity and risk. In the harsh cycle of the Pantanal, the yakare caiman is both a patient hunter and a prime target for an apex predator. It is this opposition that forges a strong ecological link between two of the wetland's most powerful icons. To the northeast of the Pantanal, where wetlands gradually give way to higher ground, stretches the Cerrado, the largest tropical savanna in South America. Located in central Brazil, this region covers more than 2 million square kilometers, accounting for 21% of the country's territory. The Cerrado is a mosaic of grasslands, shrublands, and scattered patches of forest, spread across its distinctive red soils, rich in iron and aluminum. Its network of rivers and streams acts as the continent's water tower, feeding major river basins such as the Amazon, San Francisco, and Paraná. Geologically, the Cerrado lies atop part of the Brazilian Shield, an ancient formation that dates back to the Precambrian era, more than 2.5 billion years ago. Over millions of years of weathering, the region's deep, mineral-rich soils formed, though low in nutrients due to intense leaching. Alternating wet and dry seasons, along with natural fire cycles over thousands of years, have shaped the region's open landscapes. Today, the Cerrado stands as both a center of biodiversity and a crucial hydrological foundation for Brazil, sustaining the ecological balance of many of the continent's great river systems. Amid the vast expanse of the Cerrado, where waves of golden grass whisper in the dry wind, a tall, slender figure glides silently across the horizon like the shadow of dusk. the maned wolf. The maned wolf is not closely related to wolves or foxes, but belongs to its own distinct branch within the dog family, living as the solitary wanderer of South America's savannas. Its unusually long legs, which can reach over 90 centimeters in height, are the key to moving effortlessly through tall grasslands, spotting prey from afar, and avoiding shrubs that might block its view. Its reddish-gold fur gleams under the sun, echoing the iron-rich soils of the Cerrado, while the black mane running down its neck stands erect when alert, giving it the bearing of a cautious yet dignified hunter. The maned wolf is a master of dietary flexibility. Its menu reflects the Cerrado's diverse life, including small animals such as rodents, birds, and reptiles, mixed with insects and, notably, native fruits. Research from Embrapa Cerrados shows that the wolf apple makes up more than 50% of its diet during the dry season, providing both water and energy when animal prey is scarce. This ability to shift seamlessly between hunting and foraging allows the maned wolf to endure the Cerrado's harsh cycles, where drought and natural fires regularly sweep across the grasslands. When hunting, it moves deliberately, its large ears swiveling to catch the faintest sound. It can suddenly leap high to pin down prey hidden in the grass or dash a few meters to seize its target. Its long stride lets it cross uneven ground and tall vegetation without losing speed. At night, sharp vision and hearing make it an efficient predator, while in daylight, it roams more sparsely to avoid the intense heat. A solitary creature, the maned wolf spends most of its time alone, meeting others only during the breeding season. They communicate through far-reaching calls and distinctive scent markings to define their territory. This lifestyle reduces competition for resources and suits the open environment where food is scattered across the landscape. Among the forest patches, scattered across the golden sea of the Cerrado, the tracks of the maned wolf sometimes cross paths with a rare visitor from the west, the spectacled bear, also known as the Andean bear. This is the only bear species in South America, most often associated with the cool, damp slopes of the Andes Mountains. Yet solitary individuals sometimes wander to the edges of the Cerrado in search of food, especially during lean seasons in the highlands. Its solitary lifestyle helps it move freely through varied terrain. It can be active both day and night, depending on food availability and safety in the area. During the sweltering days of the Cerrado's dry season, spectacled bears often rest in the shade along streams or in cool rock crevices. When night falls, the sound of snapping branches and the sweet scent of ripe fruit sometimes reveal the passage of this traveler from the Andes. At the foot of the mountains where the tracks of the Andean bear fade among the tall grasses of the Cerrado, a long, quiet figure emerges, the giant anteater. Its body is cloaked in gray-brown fur, with a sweeping black and white stripe curving along its side. It moves unhurriedly, as if gliding through a sea of grass, its long snout nearly touching the ground. Though toothless, the giant anteater wields a tongue up to 60 centimeters in length, slender, sticky, and able to reach deep inside termite mounds or anthills. Each lightning-fast flick can sweep up dozens of insects, and within minutes, thousands of ants vanish. This specialized tongue is anchored deep within the chest, allowing it to work like a living fishing rod. When feeding, the giant anteater does not destroy the entire termite mound or anthill. Instead, it usually takes only a small portion before moving on, allowing the colony to recover. This is a clever survival strategy in an environment where animal protein can be scarce and highly seasonal. Gentle by nature, the giant anteater nonetheless possesses long, curved and razor-sharp claws on its forelimbs. When threatened, it can rear up on its hind legs, using its tail for balance, and unleash powerful swipes. A single defensive strike can inflict serious injury on an assailant, even a large predator. While the giant anteater roams the grasslands in search of termites, the Argentine black and white tegu leaves its own trail across patches of dry, gravel-strewn ground. This is one of the largest lizards in South America, reaching lengths of up to 1.5 meters. With a sturdy body and scales mottled in black and white, like a work of marble. Its appearance serves both as skillful camouflage and as a bold declaration of its confident presence in the harsh savanna. The black and white tegu is remarkable for its ability to raise its body temperature above that of its surroundings, a rare trait among reptiles. During the breeding season, it can maintain a body temperature of 38 to 40 degrees Celsius, enhancing its hunting performance and digestive efficiency. It is an opportunistic omnivore. Its diet can include bird eggs, insects, fruit, small animals, and even carrion. When hunting, the tegu moves deliberately, its tongue flicking in and out to sense scents in the air before suddenly lunging forward with precision. Its strong jaws and robust teeth allow it to break open eggs or crush the shells of young turtles. In the dry season, it digs deep burrows to escape the intense heat and to shield itself from predators. These burrows are often reused year after year, forming a secure network of hiding places. From the green-gold grasslands of the Cerrado, moving gradually toward northeastern Brazil, the landscape shifts into another world, the Caatinga. This is a distinctive semi-arid region, stretching across more than 800,000 square kilometers and covering much of the interior of Brazil's northeastern states. Its terrain is a mix of plains, rocky plateaus and low mountain ranges, with sandy soils mixed with gravel and exposed granite outcrops. The vegetation is dominated by thorny shrubs and short, hardy trees that shed their leaves during the dry season to reduce water loss. The Caatinga stands as living proof of an ecosystem's ability to adapt to harsh climates, where brief bursts of rain dictate the rhythm of life for the entire year. Beneath the scorching sun and over cracked, dry soil of the Caatinga, the slender figure of the grey brocket deer appears like a soft brushstroke in a harsh landscape. Few realize that its grey-brown coat not only provides camouflage, but can subtly change tone with the seasons, helping reduce heat absorption during the dry months and offering better insulation on cold nights. This is a small deer species, rarely exceeding 20 kilograms, living alone or in pairs to lower the risk of detection. Unlike many other deer, the grey brocket has a highly efficient digestive system capable of processing mature leaves and even those high in tannins, a compound most herbivores avoid. This adaptation allows it to make use of food sources that competitors overlook, especially during the dry season when tender leaves vanish. Its diet includes young leaves, flowers, and fallen fruit. But in harsher periods, it will also consume soft bark and shrub shoots. A study last year by the Universidade Estadual de Feira de Santana found that grey brockets help disperse seeds of more than 30 native plant species, many of which only regenerate in areas these deer frequent. The grey brocket's ability to avoid predators relies heavily on vigilance. Its large, mobile ears constantly scan for unusual sounds. When pursued, it rarely runs in a straight line. Instead, it changes direction abruptly, diving into dense, thorny thickets and using its small size to slip through spaces where larger predators cannot follow. It also has scent glands near its eyes, used to mark paths when seeking mates or defining territory. By day, it shelters in the shade of thorny shrubs or rocky crevices, waiting for the sun to soften before foraging. At night, its eyes reflect the moonlight as it moves safely along stony trails. Across the cracked earth slopes of the Caatinga, where the sun bakes every stone red and the wind sweeps dust into a haze, the Brazilian three-banded armadillo moves with the poise of a tiny, armored warrior. Unlike most of its relatives, it possesses a rare ability to curl itself completely into a tightly sealed ball. In this form, its keratin armor, made of the same material as human fingernails, locks together into an impenetrable fortress. This defense can thwart even the bite of a predator. Some individuals also slam their armor against the ground, producing a sharp, hollow thunk that startles would-be assailant. Interestingly, this armadillo does not dig its own burrow for shelter. Instead, it takes advantage of abandoned burrows from other animals or hides in rock crevices, conserving precious energy in the harsh climate. Its claws, strong as miniature pickaxes, can tear into hardened soil to uncover termites and ants, a protein-rich food source. During the dry season, it also seeks out fallen fruits with high water content to maintain hydration. Its long snout, paired with curved, powerful foreclaws, can rip open termite mounds as hard as concrete, while its long, sticky tongue sweeps the insects away in moments. It is most active in the early morning or late afternoon, avoiding both the searing midday heat and predators such as jaguars or wild dogs. When threatened, it does not flee. Instead, it instantly curls into its armored fortress. A survival tactic that has endured for millions of years. Its reproductive cycle is also unique. Mating is brief, and females usually give birth to just one offspring each year. This means that populations recover very slowly when their habitats are reduced. High above the Caatinga, the brilliant blue wings of the Lear's macaw slice through the blinding sunlight. Their steel blue plumage blends with the open sky, yet bursts into vivid color when caught by angled light. This rare parrot's life is almost entirely tied to the licuri palm nut. Its large, powerful beak is perfectly built to break through the nut's tough shell, unlocking the rich, oily seed inside. A vital source of energy in a land where food is often scarce. In search of these nuts, Lear's macaws can travel dozens of kilometers each day, guided by an exceptional spatial memory that leads them back to the exact palm clusters bearing fruit. They often gather in small groups when feeding, their lively calls echoing across rocky valleys. In the dry season, this skill becomes critical, as only a few licuri palms bear fruit. Lear's macaws typically nest deep within sheer rock cliffs. These sites shield them from most predators and offer a clear vantage point to spot danger from afar. More than 1,000 kilometers south of the Cerrado's heart and bordering the edge of the Caatinga, Brazil's landscape transforms into the Pampas, vast grasslands lying at the southern tip of the country. This is a low plain of fertile alluvial soil, built up over thousands of years, with gently rolling terrain and views that stretch unbroken to the horizon. Scattered among the grasses are patches of shrubs, small lakes and wetlands reflecting the open sky. With a milder climate than the north and nutrient-rich soils, the Pampas has become one of South America's key centers for agriculture and cattle ranching. Life here moves in rhythm with the seasons and the natural shifts that shape the land. Across the endless Pampas Grasslands, where summer winds ripple through tall grass and the moist red earth stays cool underfoot, the guanaco was once a familiar sight. A member of the Camelidae family, related to camels, its graceful build and long neck often bring deer to mind. Its thick, double-layered coat, light brown with white accents, allows it to withstand the sharp temperature shifts between day and night that define South America's temperate zones. Guanacos move in family groups or large herds, staying connected through vocal calls and clear body signals. They graze on tender grasses, shrub leaves, and occasionally nutrient-rich wild herbs, which sustain them during the dry season when food is scarce. The Pampas' open terrain forces them to rely on speed and vigilance for survival. When threatened, the entire herd can sprint at over 55 kilometers per hour, leaving trails of dust drifting over the steppe. Their defense strategy is unusual. They spit a mix of saliva and stomach fluid at predators or rivals, creating surprise and buying time to escape. This adaptability helps them evade swift hunters while maintaining their nomadic rhythm in a land deeply shaped by seasonal changes and shifting weather patterns. Right alongside the tall, swift guanacos, the Pampas deer quietly keeps its bond with the vast grasslands that stretch like a green sea. This small deer stands about 60 to 70 centimeters at the shoulder, perfectly adapted to the savanna environment of the Pampas. Its golden brown coat blended with white merges seamlessly with the dry season grass, forming a natural camouflage against the eyes of predators. Its preferred diet consists of tender grasses, wildflowers, and scattered herbaceous plants across the plains. Its digestive system is optimized to process fibrous but low-nutrient foods, allowing it to endure the dry season when green forage becomes scarce. During the rainy season, Pampas deer take advantage of abundant vegetation to store energy for the breeding period. Feeding usually takes place in the early morning and late afternoon, when the temperatures are more comfortable. They live in small groups, moving quietly across the steppe, their ears constantly swiveling to detect any signs of danger. When sensing a threat, they burst into speed, bounding away in long leaps to escape pursuit. Males carry slender yet sharp three-pronged antlers, used in short bouts of sparring to gain access to females. Notably, Pampas deer have extremely keen eyesight and sense of smell, enabling them to detect movement from far away. This is a vital advantage in open country, where a predator could approach from any direction. Amid herds of Pampas deer moving lightly across the grasslands, the greater rhea appears like the wind warriors of South America's plains. The largest running bird in South America, it can stand up to 1.5 meters tall, with long muscular legs that propel it to speeds nearing 60 kilometers per hour. Though flightless, its broad wings swing in rhythm with each stride, helping it keep balance and change direction swiftly while crossing the steppe. Greater rheas often wander in flocks, from just a few to several dozen individuals, constantly moving across the pampas. They are omnivores, eating everything from tender leaves, seeds and wild fruit to insects and even small animals. This varied diet helps them cope with seasonal changes, especially during the dry season when lush vegetation becomes scarce. Their breeding behavior is uniquely distinctive. The male takes on nearly all the responsibility for incubating the eggs and raising the young. After attracting several females, he gathers their eggs into a single large nest, which can hold more than 20 eggs. For the 6-week incubation period, the male rarely leaves the nest, guarding the eggs from predators and carefully repositioning them to maintain the right temperature. When threatened, greater rheas can launch into a spectacular sprint, weaving through tall grasses and sometimes making sharp turns to shake off pursuers. They also use their wings as a kind of shield, disrupting a predator's line of sight while running. Among all the species mentioned above, which do you think deserves to be the true emblem of Brazil's grasslands? Share your answer in the comments. Chances are you won't be the only one thinking that way. From Brazil's far south, heading northeast brings you to the endless green stretch of the Atlantic forest, running along the Atlantic coast. This forest spans more than 4,000 kilometers along the shoreline, from Rio Grande do Norte in the north to Rio Grande do Sul in the south. Its terrain is diverse, from the coastal Cerrado mountain range to deep valleys and lowlands, all shaped over millions of years of geological shifts in the South American plate. Continuous uplift and erosion have created steep slopes dropping straight to the sea, interspersed with fertile alluvial plains. The climate is predominantly humid tropical, with ocean breezes and high rainfall fostering dense vegetation and multi-layered forest canopies. Along the coast, the ecosystem weaves together forests, swamps, sand dunes, and mangroves, helping protect the shoreline from erosion. Today, only about 28% of the Atlantic forest's original area remains, yet it still holds exceptionally high biodiversity and many endemic species. Urban expansion, agricultural development, and deforestation pose serious threats to this precious ecosystem. The rivers flowing into the Atlantic continue to nourish both the land and nearby marine environments, but the forest's future depends heavily on conservation efforts. Within the dense canopy of the Atlantic forest, the first light of morning often catches golden tufts shimmering among the leaves, the golden light humid climate. In the 1970s, wild populations were estimated at only about 200 individuals due to deforestation of the Atlantic forest, hunting, and the pet trade. Severe habitat fragmentation greatly reduced opportunities for breeding and maintaining genetic diversity, raising the risk of inbreeding decline. Thanks to an international zoo breeding program and reintroduction efforts beginning in the 1980s, combined with forest corridor protection and restoration, Numbers have risen to about 4,800 individuals by 2024. While the maned sloth hangs quietly above, beneath the damp canopy of the Atlantic forest moves an even more discreet predator, gliding close to the ground. The coral snake stands out against the forest floor's blanket of leaf litter with its alternating bands of red, black and white, like vivid warning ribbons. These colors are not for decoration, but a survival signal honed over millions of years, warning potential predators that this is one of South America's most potent neurotoxic snakes. Its venom acts directly on the nervous system and can paralyze a prey's respiratory muscles within just a few hours. Rather than chasing its targets, the coral snake waits for the right moment, striking with a short but precise bite. Its prey typically includes small lizards, other snakes, and occasionally amphibians. Its ability to slip into rock crevices or root hollows makes it an efficient hunter in the dense, humid forest. The coral snake is most active in the early morning and late afternoon, when temperatures are moderate, helping it conserve energy in the coastal heat of Brazil. Meanwhile, in the low branches and along the damp forest edges of the Atlantic forest, the South American coati moves with boundless curiosity and energy. Its long, flexible snout works like a living radar, it constantly scanning the leaf litter and root crevices for insects, ripe fruit, and even well-hidden bird eggs. With reddish-brown fur and a long, ringed tail, the coati keeps its balance while climbing and navigating narrow branches. It is a classic omnivore, ready to change its diet with the seasons. In the rainy season, when insects and fruit are abundant, it spends more time in the trees. During the dry months, it shifts to the ground, digging for grubs or even hunting small animals. Females and young typically forage together in groups, while adult males live alone, joining the group only during breeding season. The coati's memory for fruiting trees is impressive, allowing it to return at exactly the right time for nature's harvest. Its climbing speed gives it access to bird nests in hard-to-reach spots, combining patience with agile movement. Interestingly, the coati has more flexible wrist joints than most other South American carnivores, enabling it to rotate its paws to grip, twist, or flip food, a major advantage in accessing hidden food sources. Lying directly east of the Atlantic forest, Brazil's Atlantic coast stretches for more than 7,300 kilometers along the Atlantic Ocean, from the mouth of the Amazon River in the north to Rio Grande do Sul in the south. The region's terrain is diverse, encompassing sheltered bays, lagoons, tidal flats, coral reefs, and wide continental shelves. Here, the Brazil Current and the Guyana Current meet, creating nutrient-rich waters and supporting a thriving marine ecosystem. The combination of coastal geology and distinctive oceanographic conditions has shaped a complex habitat that sustains many of South America's key marine food chains. Along Brazil's Atlantic coast, the green sea turtle glides slowly through turquoise waters. Its shell is smooth and oval, shaded in olive green mixed with brown, like a perfect suit of camouflage beneath sunlight filtering through the sea's surface. This is a large sea turtle species and a keystone player in coastal ecosystems. Its diet, rich in seagrass and algae, helps sustain the long-term health of seagrass meadows. By doing so, it prevents algae overgrowth and preserves the habitat for hundreds of species of fish, crustaceans, and mollusks. For this reason, marine biologists often call them the gatekeepers of the tropical ocean. The green sea turtle's life cycle is one of the most remarkable migrations in nature. They can travel from several hundred to thousands of kilometers between breeding grounds and feeding areas, relying on their ability to store energy in thick layers of fat. Their specialized respiratory and circulatory systems allow adults to dive 30 to 40 meters in search of food or to avoid strong currents. Yet most of their time is spent near the surface, where abundant light supports seagrass growth. One extraordinary trait is their navigational ability. Green sea turtles use Earth's magnetic field signals combined with spatial memory to return to the exact beach where they hatched, even after years drifting across the ocean. A finding from recent research by leading biologist Kenneth J. Lohman and colleagues at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. During breeding season, females crawl ashore at night, digging nests with their hind flippers and burying around 80 to 120 eggs, repeating the process 3 to 5 times in a season. Incubation lasts about 50 to 60 days, and the sand's temperature determines the hatchling's sex. Warmer sand produces more females, cooler sand, more males. When they hatch, the tiny turtles make a short but perilous dash to the sea, facing crabs, seabirds, and even large fish waiting in the shallows. Only a very small number survive to become the ocean's next gatekeepers. Along the lush seagrass meadows where green sea turtles graze, if you look farther out toward the rocky outcrops of Brazil's Atlantic coast, you'll hear the loud, echoing calls of South American sea lions rolling over the waves. Adult males stand out with a thick golden brown mane around their necks, evoking the image of kings guarding their realm. Their powerful bodies, stretching 2 to 2.5 meters and weighing over 300 kilograms, allow them to surge through the cold waters of the South Atlantic like living torpedoes. South American sea lions have a varied diet, from pelagic and bottom-dwelling fish to squid, octopus, and even seabirds skimming the waves. When hunting anchovy schools, they work together in coordinated groups, herding the fish toward the surface where others can block their escape. When targeting squid, they dive to depths of 30 to 40 meters, then accelerate suddenly to grab their prey before it can release its defensive ink cloud. This diving ability is supported by remarkable physiology. Their heart rate can slow dramatically, and blood flow is prioritized to the brain and primary swimming muscles, allowing them to hold their breath for over 8 minutes. This gives them the endurance to chase prey tens of kilometers offshore. During the breeding season, rocky shores transform into arenas where dominant males defend harems of multiple females. Territorial battles can last for hours, filled with deep roars and forceful headbutts. Outside the breeding season, groups are more fluid. Small bands join together to rest, sunbathe, or defend themselves against sharks and killer whales. Sea lions communicate with a rich repertoire of sounds. Pups bleat to locate their mothers. Males produce deep roars to warn intruders, and short barks are used for coordination during group hunts. This acoustic system helps them stay connected even among crashing waves and roaring winds. They can also adjust their foraging behavior with the seasons. In winter, when coastal fish stocks decline, they travel hundreds of kilometers along the coast in search of new feeding grounds. Some individuals even trail fishing vessels to snatch fish spilling from nets, showing high adaptability and learning ability. Meanwhile, some colonies have already adapted to climate change by shifting their breeding season earlier by several weeks, syncing with the arrival of the first anchovy schools of the year. From the sun-baked rocks where sea lions bask and roar into the wind, the view shifts toward calmer waters of river mouths and sheltered bays, where the arched backs of Guiana dolphins break the surface in quiet glides. This coastal dolphin is endemic to the Atlantic shores of South America, favoring shallow waters rarely deeper than 30 meters. Its silvery ash-gray skin blends seamlessly with the rippling waves, making it harder for predators above to spot. The Guiana dolphin is a master hunter in the complex mix of salt and brackish waters. They travel in small groups of 2 to 10 individuals, using cooperative tactics to corral sardines, herrings, or squid into shallow zones for easier capture. When hunting near river mouths, they exploit tidal currents to drive fish toward one side, synchronizing their movements with quick turns and bursts of underwater whistles. Echolocation is their most vital tool. High-frequency clicks emitted from their foreheads bounce off objects, allowing them to see with sound even in murky waters. Research in Brazil's Espírito Santo state has shown that Guiana dolphins can adjust the pitch and intensity of their calls depending on the depth and distance to prey. Their social lives are equally complex. Females often remain within a stable group for years, while males move more fluidly between pods in search of mating opportunities. Breeding occurs year-round, peaking in the rainy season when fish are abundant. Calves stay with their mothers for up to 2 years, learning the intricacies of hunting and navigating the shifting tidal channels. They are also highly sensitive to underwater noise from boats and coastal industry. Artificial sounds can mask echolocation signals, forcing them to alter hunting patterns. For this reason, the Guiana dolphin is considered a key biological indicator of the health of Brazil's bays and estuaries. Between the gentle swells off Brazil's Atlantic coast, where sunlight pours gold over the sea, towering spouts suddenly rise into the air, announcing the arrival of the southern right whale. These gentle ocean giants migrate thousands of kilometers from the frigid southern seas to the warm bays of southern Brazil to give birth. Each time their backs and flukes arc above the surface, the graceful curves turn the ocean into a living stage, drawing both tourists and scientists from around the world. Southern right whales average 14 to 16 meters in length and weigh over 50 tons, with an enormous head making up nearly a third of their body. They lack a dorsal fin, instead bearing rough white patches of skin called callosities, each forming a unique fingerprint for identification. Their diet consists mainly of krill and other tiny crustaceans. Using baleen plates, they slowly glide through plankton-rich waters, filtering and swallowing tons of prey each day during their feeding season in the polar regions. When they reach Brazil's coastal waters, they nearly stop eating to focus on breeding and raising calves. Females carry their young for around 12 months, giving birth to a single calf weighing about 1.5 tons and measuring 5 meters long. Their milk is rich in fat, fueling rapid growth to prepare the calf for the long return journey to the southern feeding grounds. Southern right whales produce deep, resonant calls that can travel tens of kilometers underwater, used to find mates or maintain contact between mother and calf. Their full-body breaches, leaping entirely out of the water, are both playful acts and practical methods for shedding skin parasites or sending visual signals to other whales. Their navigational memory is remarkably precise, following the same migration routes with little change over generations. As the massive backs of southern right whales sink into the deep waters off the Atlantic coast, a silent predator glides through another layer of the sea. It is the tiger shark. Among the largest shark species in the world, they average 3 to 4 meters in length, with some reaching up to 5 meters and weighing over 600 kilograms. Dark vertical stripes run across their backs, most pronounced in juveniles, resembling dappled shadows cast over sandy seabeds. Tiger sharks are widely distributed across tropical and subtropical waters, favoring coastal zones, coral reefs, and river mouths. They are opportunistic hunters, with a menu that ranges from fish, sea turtles, seabirds, and squid to floating carcasses. Their serrated teeth, arranged in multiple rows, are built to saw through even a turtle's shell or the thick hide of a seal. Their hunting skill relies on a combination of sharp vision in low light and the ability to detect electric fields through the ampullae of Lorenzini. This sensory system allows them to locate prey even in darkness or in murky, stirred-up sand. When striking, they often approach slowly before suddenly accelerating, delivering a powerful bite and shaking their head to inflict maximum damage. According to research by Fabio Hissa Vieira Hazin off Recife, tagged tiger sharks have traveled northward anywhere from 33 to 209 kilometers over 7 to 74 days. This shows their capacity to quickly follow schools of migrating fish along the coast and respond to shifts in water temperature. They also exhibit a habit of patrolling familiar hunting grounds, returning repeatedly when food is abundant. Despite their fierce nature, tiger sharks play an important ecological role. They help maintain the balance of prey populations, removing weak or sick individuals and keeping the marine ecosystem healthy. When swimming near the surface, their dark backs blend with the shadows of the waves, while their pale bellies disappear into the sunlit water below. This natural camouflage design allows them to remain invisible to their prey while reinforcing their reputation as the striped phantom of the tropical ocean. Beneath the green canopy stretching from the Amazon rainforest to the Atlantic coast, Brazil's natural rhythm is pulsing with alarm. The harsh, dry season of 2024 drove the Amazon River to record-low water levels. Boats ran aground, riverside villages faced drinking water shortages, and smoke from forest fires blanketed the skies. By 2025, water scarcity warnings still loomed. In May 2025, Amazon deforestation surged 92% compared to the same month in 2024, much of it in areas that had just burned. In the Cerrado, shrub and grasslands continued to give way to soy fields, losing forest at 3 times the Amazon's rate. Pantanal faced its most intense fire season in years. During the first half of 2024, the number of fires rose more than 15-fold, burning 1.3 million hectares. By year's end, the total had reached 2.6 million hectares, or 17% of the entire biome. The Atlantic forest was increasingly fragmented into small patches, making it difficult to sustain large wildlife populations. The Atlantic coast suffered through the global coral bleaching events of 2024 and 2025. Warming seas whitened reefs, stripping away the biological shield of coastal fisheries. In the upper Amazon, illegal gold mining left mercury in the waterways, seeping into the food chain and the bodies of Yanomami communities. From gold extraction and logging to forest burning, environmental crime is infiltrating every ecosystem. Brazil now stands inside a triangle of pressure: extreme climate, land use change, and illegal exploitation, eroding nature's resilience day by day. But Brazil does not stand alone in the ecological fight. When nature suffers, solutions begin to take shape. Over the past 2 years, IBAMA and the Army have stepped up patrols across the Amazon rainforest, bringing deforestation down to just 6,288 square kilometers between August 2023 and July 2024. It was the lowest figure in 9 years, though by 2025, deforestation was rising sharply again. In the Atlantic forest and Cerrado, ecological corridors are being restored to reconnect fragmented forest patches, helping preserve genetic flow for large animal species. The Pantanal has been equipped with an early fire warning system since 2024, and wetland restoration to retain moisture has helped cut burned areas by 58.6% that year. Along the Atlantic coast, marine reserves have expanded, with drones and temperature monitoring devices working steadily to track coral reef recovery after bleaching events. In the upper Amazon, Yanomami communities are receiving clean water and medical aid to reduce mercury exposure from illegal gold mining. Alongside these on-the-ground conservation efforts, institutes such as INPA and Embrapa are partnering with international organizations using climate data and restoration models. Every action, big or small, becomes part of a living protection network. Amid the triangle of pressure, extreme climate, land use change, and illegal exploitation, Brazil is building a real-world shield to protect its nature. And if you've ever visited Brazil to immerse yourself in its culture and wild landscapes, don't hesitate to share your knowledge and experiences in the comments below. They can inspire and energize conservation efforts, safeguard rare wildlife, and preserve ecosystems for future generations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can join us on the next incredible adventures. Or you can continue following the survival journeys of wild animals from other regions in Wild Amazon, Mysteries of the Ultimate Predators, Animal Documentary, or Wild Pantanal, the land of dominant giants.